Welcome back to At Home with Roby. I'm Patrick McIsaac, and along with Trent Haston, we are your hosts. Thanks for being with us on your Sunday morning. Visit AndrewRoby.com. That's Andrew, ROBY.com, or click on the At Home with Roby tab on WBT.com to learn more. We are still joined by Brick McDermott of Cunningham and Company. And Brick was telling me either before the show or the other day, before I go any further, Brick, thanks for being here on time, man. We appreciate that.
Glad to make it on time this time.
That's just a little joke. But Brick was telling me that Brick and Trent are about the same age, and Brick also played at Dilworth Little League, which is obviously the Roby family of companies is a huge sponsor. We love Dilworth Little League. But Brick's Orioles beat Trent's Roby team back in the day. Trent, how do you feel about that, man? He's bringing back old wounds.
You talking about back in the day, or you talking about recently? You talking about Bob Holcomb? Come on.
Bob Holcomb, best coach in the world.
Back in the day.
Bob Holcomb was my uncle coached our team, and Bob Holcomb coached the Orioles, and he was my all-star coach actually when I played all-stars. But it really was during my tenure. I think it was the Roby, the Orioles, and then Coliseum Inn had Barrett Wright and Benny coming along, and they were pretty good too. But I mean, it's so funny. Brick and I about a month or two ago had a beer together, and we're sitting down, started reminiscing and dropping names. We're almost 40.
Yeah,
we're dropping 10 when we were 10. This is 30 years ago. Little league names left and right, and we knew the whole. It's fun.
The good old days. It was good old days. 88, 89 Orioles.
That was
Dilworth
it.
Little League champions.
Y'all were good.
Folks at home, I'm sitting in between these two, so don't have any concerns. But it is amazing. I mean, I remember Little League baseball. I grew up in Marietta, Georgia, and then played at Eastside, and then played at East Cobb. And I wasn't ever any good, really, but it's amazing. I could remember everybody on my teams, what teams I played for. Probably could spout out a batting average, which was probably on the low side.
Well, we had beers, and then like 2 weeks later, Brick sends me a bunch of text pictures, and it is the program from the year we played. So he had the Roby team, had me in it, and then he had the Orioles team. Had all these guys we're talking about. It was really cool.
You know, I just every time I want to feel good about myself, I just go to that program and think about Little League.
But it's a testament. I mean, we're all about the Roby family's all about family. We're all about history. We're all about legacy. We're all about tradition. That's why we love North Carolina. We're proud Americans, and we talk about Cunningham as a partner, a family-oriented, family business partner with the same thing. You know, been in business Charlotte 25 years, and building the same legacy parallel to what Roby has. And then when we get together, that's what we want to do. We want to reminisce.
That's right.
I can't wait to hear the stories of when we're 70 talking about Little League.
They'll still be
I
there.
never hit a home run in Little League. I was
I never did either.
I was a little pipsqueak, but I figure about age 45, I will have had like 3 home runs in Little League. By 70, I might have been second in the league with like 18.
You could change your last name to McGuire.
Yeah.
The legend of Trent Haston and Andrew Roby.
Well, everybody knows my number growing up forever was 14, and that was actually go back to harkens on my great basketball days. Jeff Lebo, North Carolina Tar Heels.
Oh, wow.
I thought I was going to be the next Jeff Lebo. We both have thin hair. Now his head's shaved. But his head's shaved and swollen. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Jeff Lebo. You were my idol forever. So forever in all my sports, my number was 14.
That's great.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I think, Trent, you were tying this back very well. And Brick actually, the second generation, had a son that played on the Roby Electric T-ball team.
That's right.
Sent me a picture of that. So that's just so cool to see how this has come forward.
He will shock you.
He will. It's electric. Well, let's talk about that. I mean, what we're talking about is relationships, right? I know at Cunningham and in your personal philosophy, Brick, it's your whole professional, I guess, basis is off relationship. And I know your business, especially with Roby Realty, it all ties back to who you know and who you trust.
Correct. I mean, it's just you've got to trust. I look at myself as an advisor. I mean, if I can throw out mortgage rates and get you locked in and stuff, and we're as good as anybody with rates and programs and all that. But my goal is to really advise the client and to what to do, how much they should put down on a house if they're buying a house. If they need to put 20%, well, you don't need to put. You can put 5% down, and you're going to gain appreciation each year, and then in 5 years reapply to get the PMI, private mortgage insurance, waived. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can skin a cat, so to speak, and I just really try to advise my clients how to do that.
And that was definitely our experience. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to At Home with Roby. Visit us today at andrewroby.com or give us a call at 704-334-5477. We're still here with Brick McDermott of Cunningham and Company talking about relationships, and you mentioned the word advisor. Now, I know, Trent, you talk about that with the Roby family of companies quite a bit, how we're advisors in the construction realm. You want to touch on that a little bit?
No, I think we were talking about it during the break, and why I like to shoot the bull and try to bring it down to the public and educate the public on mortgage and construction and everything is we live in this world, right? I mean, I'm an economics major. I grew up. Everything I read is about mortgage rates and business and the world economy and macroeconomics and how it ties together. And I think when you have an advisor, I mean, jokingly, you talked about the video that Brick sent and you and Jody got to watch, and I was going to make a joke that you need everything translated to a video.
I'm a millennial.
I was going to joke about that, but I think there's value in that. I think that's great. I think you got to know your audience. You got to be able to relate to them, and you got to get them to understand what's going on so they can understand the value you're bringing to the table. And that's the deal. So Brick, give us a history of residential mortgage rates. I mean, I'm gonna put you on the spot here. I mean, what's the traditional average over in 6-7%? I mean, when I was growing up, my first mortgage I think was 7.85% in 2000.
Mine in 2006 was 6 3/8. I was gonna say that same thing.
6 3/8.
It's amazing. I mean, they're half that now. I know back when our parents were getting mortgages, they're in the teens. I mean, it's amazing. And I think with the economy now, it's more of a global economy, but it's more diverse as well. And for the mortgages, it's based on the bond market. And when the stock market goes down, a lot of times people pull out of that and buy into the bond markets. When bond markets are invested heavily in, that gets the rates to drop because the prices are higher and supply and demand. So what we're seeing now, it's just amazing. I mean, they have not been this low ever. 3.5 is just where we're good shape.
Well, let me ask you another thing. Let's bring it locally. Why is, you said the Charlotte metro area, you saw the other days appreciating residentially at 5+%, 5.3, I think you said. Why is that? Why is Charlotte so strong? I mean, I hear people every day go through the airport. They say, "Oh man, the Charlotte economy is the fastest growing in the U.S." I don't know if that's the case or the fastest growing population wise, but why is that? What
people want to move here? The weather, the airport. You mentioned the airport. Well, the airport's, I think, going to do some additions to it, and it might be top 3 or 4 in the nation. I mean, it's just there's so many things that appeal to folks, especially from up north where they have the harsh winters. They can come down here. You have the banking jobs. You have the energy jobs. I mean, it's just it's moved from just a banking town to many different other facets. Construction. I mean, it's just so many things going on that it's a growing city that's really done a great job.
Yeah, I want to thank our leaders in the chamber and Bob Morgan and those guys. I know when we were struggling, banks were teetering to leave and teetering to go out of business, and that was going to be the detriment of our city. They really made a long-term focus to diversify our market. I know we became an energy hub during that time, 08, 09, and many more things has led to the construction. But, Brick, thanks for being here. Always fun and always educational, man.
Thanks, guys, and hope to see y'all soon.
Yes, sir.
Brick, thanks again. You are listening to At Home with Roby. Visit us today at andrewroby.com. Stay with us. We'll be right back.